world. It is Wednesday, September 28th. It is just coming on to 6 o'clock right now. I just destroyed my legs with a nice volume leg workout. I did a little bit of overhead press as well. After, I did a 5.5 to about a 6-hour serving shift. Woo! Going up the hill right now, sorry. And right now I'm headed home to go eat. I stopped eating last night right around 10 o'clock, so I'm coming on to about 20 hours completely fasted. I just did my whole volume leg workout there, completely fasted. I did a 5.5, almost a 6-hour serving shift, completely fasted. So today, I'm gonna take you guys through all the foods that I eat while intermittent fasting. Ho, and what do we have here? A package from Amazon. I'm gonna open that up in a bit. But first we take Murphy for walks. Yeah, who's a good boy, Murphy? Yeah.
What is it, boy? What is it? What is it, Murphy?
It's a new camera. A brand new camera. Look at that. Just in time because my other one is... I completely took it apart. I tried to fix the adapter where the micro SD card went in and I just could not put it back together, but this thing was busted and broken anyways. This was actually pretty cheap. I got it for $90 on Amazon. But right now, we're gonna switch from my phone camera to this camera. Ready? 1, 2.
There we go. Brand new camera. Interested to see how this one works. Let me know if you guys like the footage quality. I'm still, I literally just plugged this in. I still need to charge this camera up a bit. Right now, I'm not liking the quality of this footage. Oh, man. Hope I don't have to buy a new one here. I also think it has a different lens on it that I can take off here. Still have to learn, but right now, I'm coming on to 20.5 hours completely fasted, and I'm getting hungry, so let's make some food. Yes. 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 All right, here we are, world. Breaking my fast with 2 nice juicy steaks. So is this what I'm actually doing? Am I actually just breaking my fast with only 2 steaks? Yes, and I do this quite often, to be honest. One thing that I took from hearing on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, he had a guest, and this was way back, more than just a couple years now, probably 3 or 4 years back now. And he had a guest named Steve Maxwell on there. And this guy, he's an older gentleman, but he's very in tune with his body. He travels all around the world with just his backpack, and he lives a very interesting life, and he's lived a very interesting life. So I remember hearing him discussing on the podcast that one thing that he experimented with in the past and that he continues to implement into his life is that he eats certain foods together, and he makes sure not to eat other certain foods together. So one thing that he likes to do, and that I've taken away, at least if I can remember correctly, but I'm pretty sure this is why I started doing this in the beginning and I started to experiment and try it for myself, is that he said that he only eats meat by itself. If he has anything with the meat, whatever kind of meat it is, chicken, beef, steak, pork, whatever kind of meat, he'll only have it with some form of carb, maybe potatoes, some kind of vegetable like that. But he doesn't believe in eating meals with many different types of foods all together. So having a salad with your steak and dessert and all this kind of stuff. He believes it's better to, along with intermittent fasting and all these other aspects and life factors that he implements into his life, one thing that he believes is he eats certain foods together. So that's one thing for myself that I've taken away. I prefer eating meat on its own, especially if I'm going to break my fast with it. I'll be fine for this. Right now I actually have some potatoes baking up in the oven there. So I'll have those in like an hour or so with a nice big ass salad and some other meat that I have there. But this is just one thing for myself, and maybe you guys would like to experiment with this for yourselves as well. Is try eating, especially if you're going to break your fast, try eating only one type of food. Or, for instance, here's an interesting experiment, if you have the means to do this, is, eat only steaks for a week. See how you feel from that type of meat. Then eat only chicken for a week. See how you feel from that type of meat. Same thing with fish, same thing with pork. Give it a try for about a week or so to see how your body feels. Learn how to cut, portion, and prep each type of meat. And that is some knowledge and some skills that you will carry on for the rest of your life. So always experiment, always try something new. But yes, breaking my fast here with 2 steaks. I'm about still got 1.5 to go. I've only eaten half of one. And like I said, I got potatoes, got big ass salad, and I got a nice little surprise coming. And here's the little surprise I was talking about there. Yeah, chicken drumsticks.
Eventually.
So 20 minutes on the clock for the rest of those drumsticks. This is my first time cooking drumsticks in a while, so might still need another 10 minutes after that, but I ate that whole tray of potatoes. It was about 6 whole white potatoes, and now I'm gonna prep up and make my big ass salad. We are sitting at 9:30 now. Got my big ass salad all ready to go here. Got a bunch of radishes, cucumbers, mushrooms, some pickles. What else did I put in here? Some carrots and a whole bunch of spring mix, and then I got 6 chicken legs all ready to go. While I munch that down, I'm gonna watch the latest episode of Sean Duras. Yeah.
Flight right now, so I'm gonna be really tired tomorrow. How long is the flight to New York City? Am I gonna get like a night's sleep on it?
It is now 9:52. I'm about halfway done my big ass salad there, and that's gonna wrap up my eating window for today. For the first time in a long time, I entered my food into my Fitness Pal because I've been trying to, if you've been following along my journey, then you know that right now I'm trying to put myself into a caloric surplus. For the last 1.5 to 2 years, I was trying to see if I could put on muscle with intermittent fasting while being in a caloric deficit. But now it's time to get into a surplus. So I wanted to make sure today that I attain that caloric surplus. So, well, there you have it, world. That's all the food that I ate within my eating window for today, and I managed to eat it all within 3 to 3.5 hours. This is typically what I do with my days of eating. If I work in the morning, I usually go to the gym following that, and then I eat all my food within a small eating window. If I work at nighttime, I manage to manipulate things and I change things around a little bit. My eating window is a little longer, but this is typically what I do. Now, this is typically not what I eat. I don't eat this amount of meat every single day. For myself, and if you guys have been following along my channel, you know that I believe life is situational. Some days I have days like this where I have the opportunity to cook, to prep food, because I have, like tomorrow I have the day off, and I like to get as much work done as I can. So tonight I'm kind of taking the night off. So tonight I'm taking the opportunity to cook up a whole bunch of food. This way I have food left over and I can have some tomorrow, like leftovers. But on these days as well, I eat a lot of meat. I get a lot of my protein in, and I believe with intermittent fasting and what I'm trying to represent through my YouTube channel and how life being situational is that you don't need to get all your protein requirements spread out throughout the week. I believe you can live within about a 5 to 7 day block, and that's how I live my life. So I average everything out in about 5 to 7 days, whether it's my protein, my carbs, my fat. So if I have 2 or 3 days of extremely high protein and fat intake, like let's say I'm going to someone's house and that's all they eat is meat, I can adapt to that, and then the 2 or 3 days after, I will high carb it and go low fat, low protein. I change things and manipulate things up. So I just want to let you guys know that this is not how I eat every single day. If you guys see some of my full day-to-days of intermittent fasting, some days I'm having like 6 to 7 eggs. I don't do that every single day. I have days like this where I eat 6 chicken legs and 2 huge steaks. But I didn't do that yesterday. I didn't do that the day before. So, as I like to say, life is situational. We need to stop pretending that life can fit in this little box for every single person, and we need to learn how to manipulate life to give us the results we want by adding as much skills and as much knowledge to our arsenal of tools as possible. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for following along my journey and watching a full day of what I eat with intermittent fasting. I apologize for any little issues with the camera here. You guys went through my little experiment as I got this new camera, so I'm still testing things out. Throughout the whole video here, I've been messing around with the settings, turning up and down the white balance, turning up and down like there's like a sensitivity. See how the light kind of shifts? I don't know if I like this or not, so I'm still experimenting around. Things look grainy sometimes, and I'm not sure if I like this color, the fading in and out of the light. But tell me what you guys think. As of right now, I'm still experimenting around, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. I am the Hungarian Experiment.